Welcome back. We're gonna see a video how this guy started a car wash business for $100 and how he did it. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of my feedback to see what works in his business and what works in my business, and maybe you could apply that to your business. Let's get started.
Making $10,000 to $12,000 a month.
He's making $10,000 to $12,000 a month. What does that mean, dude? He's not making $10,000 to $12,000. He's gross incoming $10,000 to $12,000. So, let's keep watching.
Were you doing this before?
Yeah, so I started this back in 2020. I've already done cars for both my parents and friends and family.
Just like on the side?
On the side. It was more like a weekend thing. So I was working my 9 to 5 selling insurance, and then I was already doing it Saturday and Sunday just to make some supplemental income.
Right.
I just have a natural love of cars and just cleaning in general, so this was a natural step.
At which point did it go from, you know what, this is no longer a weekend thing?
I think this is very important that for him that was natural and something that he liked, because when you're gonna start a business, whatever business it is, the first thing you wanna do, you wanna make sure that you have passion for this, because that's what's gonna get you through the rough times. You have to have passion for whatever you're gonna do in life, whatever business you wanna open, have passion that will get you to the next level. Great job, because he had the passion for that.
I'm gonna pursue it as a business.
About 3 months in, the money started making more sense than actually weekly at my insurance place, selling insurance. So 3 months in, I let my boss know. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go ahead, branch out. Really appreciate the opportunity, but I gotta run my own show now.
That's amazing. Now you're doing 10 to 12 grand in revenue per month. How long has it been since you actually went?
So now, if he's doing to 10 to 12,000 revenue a month, revenue meaning cash coming in. It's not how much money you're taking home. So he has costs to be able to do this. So let's assume he's doing $10,000 a month in revenue divided by, let's assume each customer, each car that he serviced, they're spending an average of 60, 70 bucks. Let's say 80 bucks because he's doing details and stuff like that. So that's divided by $80, those $10,000. That means that he's doing 125 cars a month. Now, what does it take to do 125 cars a month? Well, let's keep watching.
Can someone start this business with literally no money or very, very little?
Absolutely. I started, Paul, with $500 in my pocket.
That's what you had.
And some hopes and dreams.
Wow. 500 bucks, how did you break that down?
$500. So pressure washer, vacuum, chemicals, that in itself was about 200 bucks. $100 into marketing, running those Facebook ads initially. The rest of the $200 we put towards buying the XB.
Wow.
You don't have to buy an XB, of course. You can use your personal car or whatever car you got. You could take public transportation if you're
really
good
wanted
enough.
to.
Yeah, if you really wanted to, if you had all your equipment.
Now, in any business that you do, even though it's important to have some cash to start your business, but the most important thing to do is to make your first sale. I don't care what you do. You want to be able to make the sale, then figure out how you're gonna commit to the sale. Again, this is when you first starting something. The biggest mistake I see some people make, they have this idea in their heads about, oh, I'm gonna be doing food restaurant, I'm gonna be doing this stuff, and then they go and invest so much money on equipment, they invest all this money, all this time, effort, and then what they thought was gonna be something, it didn't really turn out to be as good as they thought. It is very important to make sure that you get your clientele, to get everybody ready, then you start making investments little by little as you grow your business. This is the way to stay in business, not go out of business within the first year.
Let's talk about how does one grow revenue as a mobile car detailing business? Is it just about adding customers, or are there other sales techniques to do that?
Absolutely. So number one thing is just book as many jobs as you can. Have that open availability on your schedule to take on as much work as you're comfortable with. Second way, Paul, would be to do upsells. So for example, we're doing this Tacoma right now. Usually people's engine bays are pretty dirty. So right there,
especially for a truck.
Yeah, especially for a truck. So already right there, that's another 75 bucks that you can upsell.
It's not included in your full package. So all these are little upsells.
Correct. That's not included. And another good one would be shampooing the carpets. That's another 50 bucks right there.
Gotcha.
A nice little decent upsell.
One of the things that this guy said that he has subscriptions a month. That's very important. If you're able to sell monthly subscriptions, then that's gonna guarantee that you're gonna have the cash flow coming in to basically be able to service and invest more in your business. So that's a great technique that he's doing. Most car businesses, they don't have subscriptions. You basically, you go, you get your car wash and you leave, and then you come back whenever you want. 2 months passes by and you don't get your car wash ever again. However, if you have a subscription, you're still paying the monthly fee, which they're generating that extra income, and your sales keeps going up. See what else they're doing.
In fact, I was using Google Ads a couple of months ago. It's been so busy where I've turned it off for the time being.
Wow. Just because it's too much business?
It's just too much. I don't have the manpower to handle all of those requests for appointments.
It's nice to know it's working.
That's a nice problem to have. In terms of spending, we're spending about $500 a month about 3 months ago when we were running Google Ads.
I think a mistake that he did is that he turned Google Ads off. If you're getting more business, if you're getting more people that are interested in your service, that's a great problem to have. And you have to be able to take advantage of that. How will he have been taking advantage of that? Go hire more people. Make those sales, commit on those subscriptions, commit on those sales, and then you figure it out after. As a business owner, you have to be able to take decisions like that and not say no to new customers, but figure out how to basically help more customers, because in the long run, when times are slow, you're gonna wish that you're gonna have those extra customers that you didn't. What he did is he basically stopped his Google Ads, stopped bringing new business because he didn't have the manpower. He should have thought about that and solved that problem by getting more people in there and getting more cars and committing to more business.
Go back to sort of like a lever on off.
Yeah, it's a nice little on and off switch. So when the time comes when we're able to onboard more employees, we're gonna go ahead and switch that sucker back on.
That's a good point. When the time comes, when is the time? The time to expand your business is every day. There's no right time. What are you waiting for? You keep spending. There's no right time. Don't wait for it. Don't be afraid. Just keep going, keep hiring people, keep training people, keep building your team so that you can service more people. The time is now.
Biggest struggle today as a business owner?
The biggest struggle for me, Paul, would be definitely time management, separating when I'm actually detailing to when I'm actually running a business. I think I have the hardest time. I usually work from 8 to 8.
Man.
And this happens to most business owners when you start. You're basically so focused in the business that you're working for the business that you're actually doing the labor work. But what happens is that your time as a business owner should not be doing physical work. Your time as a business owner should be training more people, hiring more people, getting more sales, and try to build the business. In his cases, since he's doing the work himself, he's basically running out of time to basically do what's the important things in a business to build the business.
And I come home at like 9 o'clock. I'm dead tired, but I know I got to answer emails. I know I got to respond back to client inquiries. So that's my big struggle.
How are you going to overcome that? Any ideas that you're working on?
I'm working on hiring some kind of secretary or assistant to get to that level, or to delegate less important tasks to that person. That way I can focus on the bigger picture.
Yes, that's key right there. You have to hire somebody to do the stuff that does not make you any money. Like washing the car, you could literally pay somebody $10 an hour to basically be there washing the car all day. Your time as a business owner is to basically do stuff that nobody else could do in your organization. He has a good plan, he just have to now put it into action.
Especially for emails or phone calls, I try to pick up on the second ring. Emails, I try to respond back within 24 hours, if not sooner. And text messages, I respond back within the hour, if I can.
Standard operating procedures. Any other management tools that you use that would be helpful to our audience?
By far the biggest tool we use, Paul, is Wix. That's how our website's based on. This is the Wix platform. So that website allows us to book appointments, take payments, as well as showcase our work.
Wow, everything in one place.
In one place. So that's why we love Wix so much. In terms of other tools we use Google Calendar a lot. I sync that across the board for all of our employees, so that way they know where to hit, when to hit it, and what kind of services that they're offering that day.
Simple, but works well, right?
Works very well.
In any business, having systems in place, like in his case, he's using Wix, it's also key to success, because you have to be able to use technology to help you and assist you to basically have more time to do the important things. And everything comes down to that. And when you have systems in play, once you start hiring people and you have processes, you're gonna be able to train your people to follow those systems and processes and use those tools that you have available for them to be more efficient. Thank you, sir.
On the financial side, what are tools that you're using to manage your finances per se as a small business owner?
My only finance tool that I'm currently using is QuickBooks Self-Employed.
What is that costing you?
About $13 a month.
Oh, wow.
It runs on the phone, syncs to the computer.
And that's how people pay you. Send them an invoice through QuickBooks, and then they pay through that.
Yeah, he's definitely using the right stuff. Even my business, use QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a great feature to have, a great tool to have to basically keep everything under one place, see how much you're spending, see how much you're receiving, see your profits of your margins. Really good, important tool to have QuickBooks. First thing that you want to do in business is you want to be organized. Everything from your numbers to your process, to the way that you service people, to the way that you communicate, to the way that you get new people, to the way that you sign contracts. It's very important in every business to stay extremely organized for growth and success.
How do you create an exceptional customer experience, Kevin, in your line of work?
In this line of work, it's all customer service based. So quick response time.
Any line of work is all customer service. That's the only way that you grow. Referrals, happy customers, come back, repeated customers, more business.
Especially for emails or phone calls, I try to pick up on the second ring. Emails, I try to respond back within 24 hours, if not sooner. And text messages, I respond back within the hour.
24 hours is too late. You need to be responsive immediately. Nowadays, everything is immediately, now, not 24 hours. So he needs to work on that.
if I
Gotcha.
can, if I'm not in the middle of cleaning this glass.
Right. Those are good standards to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Because anytime that you let the client wait, that's the higher likelihood that you're going to lose that job.
Right.
If I was in his position, the first thing I'll invest in will be one personal assistant to basically reply to those inquiries, reply to those customers that want your service, collect the money, like just basically do everything that has to do with the administration part. That's what he needs, because he's too focused on doing everything himself and watching the car that he's not attending to the customers, what they really need and how you're gonna be able to provide me a business. So that would be my first investment.
How do you stand out from competition? How are you different than all the other detailers out there? What makes you different?
My biggest standout would be just the sheer number of Google reviews. I believe last time I checked, I think I'm number 2 within the Seattle area.
Really?
I think we're right below Seattle Mobile Detailing in terms of the number of reviews. So just being aggressive with the reviews, just being aggressive with answering the customer service aspect of things, like their phone calls, their emails, and their text messages.
So reviews, again, bread and butter of this business.
Bread and butter.
The growth.
Everything comes down to customer service and customer experience and what they're talking about your services, because most people right now, they're gonna do a Google search on your business, and if you're not on Google with good reviews, it's gonna be harder for you to get to the next level. He's also talking about responding to people quick and so forth, and that's why when he said a 24-hour time, I was like, no, it needs to be quick, but he's in the right path now.
In 21, and what were the profit margins?
21, we were doing about 80 for the year.
80. And what were the profit margins?
Profit margin is pretty high. It's about 70%.
Really?
After
That's
all
take home after everything.
That take home after everything, yeah.
So in his business in 21, he says he grows 80,000 a year. Gross meaning money came in, like people pay you for your service. And out of the $80,000 a year, he says he profits 70%, which is $56,000. So he basically made $56,000. So the issue that he's having, he only has $24,000 to buy material, to buy equipment, to pay laborers, which is not a lot of money in a year. So he can even afford a full-time employee with $24,000 a year. So that's why that he has to wear all these hats, because he's not in the position yet to be able to invest in hiring more people. And now I see why he's doing what he's doing.
Avenues are there in terms of marketing for bringing in new customers, Kevin?
So Google ads being number 1, Facebook, as well as Instagram ads. And then the fourth one that I did try and I did kind of use was Yelp. The Yelp ads are somewhat effective. I feel that Google ads are the most effective. Then it goes down to the Facebook and Instagram ads, then the Yelp ads.
Absolutely. For any business, you need to be in Google, you need to be in Yelp, you need to be in social media. That's it, any business, guys. So make sure that if you're doing your business, make sure you put some time and effort to your social media, Google and stuff, because that's crucial for future business growth.
Tell us about your workload on a daily basis. Like, how do you spend it? How many hours a week do you put in?
Absolutely. So in terms of detailing, I'd say, Paul, about 40 hours.
You physically detail 40 hours
I physically detail the typical person that works a 9 to 5.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, so.
What about the rest?
Running the business about 20 hours a week.
If I had to give you one tip on how to start your car washing business, it will be this. This guy did not know what products to use, which tells me he didn't have that much experience on the car detailing and stuff like that. My advice to you will be find that one person that knows about car detailing, washing cars, that really knows his stuff, and that is willing and able to go into business with you. Do a joint venture, because the problem that this guy is having, he's working 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week. Most of those hours that he's working a week, he's basically doing the physical work to make $56,000 a year. Now, $56,000 a year, it's not a lot of money. Let's be honest. That's not gonna get you anywhere. But if you get with a partner that knows that service part of it, the process part of it, or vice versa, maybe you're the expert in that car detailing person, but you're not good with the business side of it, then you wanna find somebody that's good with the business, who's with the organization, good with the management, good with the marketing, and then go into business with somebody that has the other part of the business that you don't have. And then do a joint venture, figure out your responsibilities, his responsibilities, and then go into a plan and basically have 2 people focusing on not only generating more leads, not only making more sales, but also at the same time producing better service, producing better quality, making less mistakes. And with 2 people that has both qualities in a whole business, then you're gonna be able to succeed and expand your business faster. Can't stop, won't stop, let's go.